Well, I think that Southampton game was the complete opposite to the Villa game in terms of what went right and what went wrong. Yeah, it's just it was deflating, wasn't it? I actually thought the first half we weren't too bad. We looked to match them at the very least. Didn't think much of them at all. They had that Teller who, yeah, he went to ground a bit easily, but he did cause us a lot of problems. And then with a back three as makeshifted as was with Baldock, Ampadu and Bryan, one ball over the top that's done Egan several times, never mind a makeshift defenders. So it caused a problem. They won a penalty off it, fair play. Do think we should have had a penalty, but I think that's with Brewster, but I think that's immaterial now, to be honest. First half, I think we were unlucky to go 1-0 down, and I think we started the second half all right. I think our biggest failure was not capitalising on how poor Southampton were, because I do feel like it's important to stress that they weren't good, and they've been on a terrible run, and you can see why they've been on a terrible run in how they performed. So yeah, it was really frustrating. McGoldrick tried to chip the tallest goalkeeper in the league, which I'll never get my head around, and I don't want to single out individuals, and I'm sure other people on this video will have already said we'll go on to say some words about him, but Lundstrom, I don't know where he's expecting to get his big money from. I don't know where. It was a really, really, really poor performance from him. But who do we bring in? Do we bring in a youngster to try and replace him, or do we sort of let him play his way back into form, if that's possible? I don't know. But yeah, really frustrating. Ramsdale had a good game, but yeah, deflating is the main word for it. But oh well, we go again. Come on, Blades.
It's 4 shit results in a row against them. 4 shit results against an average Premier League side. It was awful today, wasn't it? Second half's one of the worst 45s we've had, I think. We just looked like we were going nowhere. Subs that we brought on made no impact, and some of the players that were already on the pitch haven't had an impact in a long time now. About 4 games ago, I thought Lundstrom was our best midfielder. He's turned into an absolute liability. I don't know why he's playing. I know a lot of people are saying don't play kids because they'll get absolutely destroyed by our fans, but at the end of the day, there's no fans in the grounds at the minute, so maybe it's a good time to give them a chance. Pressure's off us, really. So, yeah, good wasted afternoon when I've got loads of shit to do. Fucking banging.
Well, I think you've got to look at the positives first. It's one less game to endure. One more ticked off the fixture list of this truly tragic and terrible season, to be honest. You've got to look at the positives, otherwise you will cry. Starting with the performance. First 20 minutes, I thought we were okay. I thought we were, at least looked like we wanted to give them a game. You know, we put our foot in, gave away a few stupid fouls, but at least we were a competitor. Obviously, all that work up to that point gets undermined by the penalty, and when we go 1-0 down, us Blades fans know it's an uphill struggle. It really is from a 1-0 down position. Second half performance really, if anything, was worse. No penetration as always, just poor. Culminating in the second goal. I mean, I do not know what Lundstrom is doing with a lofted pass there, straight to the opposition, and surprise, surprise, who bangs the goal away? Mr. Che Adams, with a beautiful goal, to be fair to him. But that was just the perfect example of where we went wrong today. That whole move, just lack of quality, outthought. Less said about Lundstrom's performance, the better, leading up to that point and after the mistake. Although it'd be fair to say that he wasn't the only poor performer, as Chris Wilder outlined in his post-match press conference. There was a number of subpar performances. But it's be interesting to see what direction he takes it now, Wilder. And on to the next one.
I said on my preview clip, I absolutely love the Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. Not anymore. All they do is just ruin me Saturdays, and I really can't be bothered with them. But anyway, here we go. Another dross performance, just another lacklustre, giving in, going out of the back door performance when we deserved absolutely nothing from it. Southampton were in second gear throughout, and I don't think we deserved anything, and obviously we got nothing. Chances, I'm trying to remember. Flex cross. to Keane Bryan. Would he have been offside? Maybe. McGoldrick tries to ding a 7'9" goalkeeper for some reason, which I don't get. Wilder's come out and said McGoldrick was poor in his post-match press conferences. But if we're picking on people for being poor, we can start at many places other than Didsey. Number one, John Lundstrom. What on earth is he still doing at this football club? He doesn't want to be here. Hasn't signed a new contract. If he did sign a new contract, he's crap. What on earth is he doing for the second goal? Again, he's strolling around the pitch. I've been saying it for a year. I've been getting stick on Twitter for a year saying, oh, he's a blade and he's giving everything for the shirt. Where? Show me where. He's awful. If he had signed a new contract, he shouldn't be here. He didn't get the championship team. Again, I'm going on at John Lundstrom. He's pathetic. That's why 10 games left of John Lundstrom in a Sheffield United shirt. That is what I am counting down for this season. Season's done. 10 games left, and hopefully after that we will never see John Lundstrom in a red and white striped shirt again. I can't be doing with him anymore. Please, please, please do not sign that new deal. Again, not just Lundstrom, all of the team really, really poor today. Creating nothing. I'll probably take Fleck and Ramsdale out of that criticism. But yeah, we're going to Leicester next week. Not looking forward to that because we'll probably have another week of pig fans having Jamie Vardy as the profile picture on Twitter. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really looking forward to the rest of the season. Ruined Saturday. Thanks a lot, United.
Quick video for Johnny at Shoreham View reviewing Southampton game. It could be fucking any team really, couldn't it? I mean, let's be honest, they're all just as fucking wank. It's next one. Lundstrom, that should have been his last game now for Blades, in my opinion. But then, do you bring a kid in and kill the kid's confidence? Or do you stick with Lundstrom, who clearly don't want to get fucking hurt, don't want to kick ball or do fuck all now? It's such a contrast because against Villa, I thought he played really well. And then, that game, he just looked fucking wank. He looked like a player that didn't want to do fuck all, didn't want to be there, and he looked like I could have took his wage and done the same work as what he did. But then again, McGoldrick, poor. Brewster, for the first 15 minutes, said to me, Dad, looked really, really good. Like, really, really impressive. Like that bit between his teeth that he needed. And then he went back into his shell. And it were like, with Billy Sharp, if Billy Sharp has a bit of a sniff and he don't score, you think his next chance is going to fucking put it away. With Brewster, you're willing him to get that next chance, but you don't make it happen for himself. And in this league, you've got to make it happen for yourself. No one's going to gift you a goal. Unless you're fucking Xhaka who just kicks it against fucking Chris Wood. That's the type of luck that we fucking need and don't get. But with Brewster, he's got to go and take that chance. He had a shot against Villa where it skimmed across the floor and went to keep his body, and you're thinking, right, fucking get up for it now. And he just didn't. But against Southampton, tragic. We didn't look like scoring. We didn't look like completing a pass. Norwood looked a lot better, but then he got used as a scapegoat to get subbed off for McBurney, when in reality it should have been Lundstrom getting taken off and play one deep man, play one lying midfielder in Fleck, and then now Didsey drop into that middle bit. But I feel like Wilder thinks that he can't leave Lundstrom out because he's the only one that can play on that right hand side. Give a kid a chance, but don't destroy the confidence. If they're going to give kids a chance, the fans need to be receptive of that and realise that we're down and just support them.
Reaction against the Southampton game. I'm going to start with the positives. That's another game gone, so we're getting close towards the end of the season. Fleck didn't have a bad game. Bruce at first half looked pretty lively. Best I've seen him so far. And Baldock didn't do too bad in his new position today. On to the positives. Decision making, shocking. We've got Dizzy trying to lob a 7-foot goalkeeper. Ampadu jumping into stupid challenges knowing full well that's because we're going to give a penalty away. And then we've got Lundstrom, who just likes to pass the ball away, because I think he's passed the ball away more times than he's passed it to his own teammates today. Just clueless from anything in his part of the pitch. It just seemed clueless today. Gave the ball away so many times, not just Lundstrom, but a few others as well. Just can't wait for the season to the end. And well, looking at a performance like that compared to overnight, could we play with 10 men more often? Carry on like that, and then we're going to struggle next season as well. Not the best, but hey ho, we're all Blades, aren't we?
Well, as I thought with that defence, we were always going to struggle, I thought today, and it showed. I don't think either of their goals they score with our regular defending, and that sent tone for the game. We were ragged after that. After the second goal went in, they just fell apart. We put forwards on. We hadn't got no midfield and defenders to change it really at that time. But I thought we'd struggle today, and I thought we'd look tired. And Didsy did look tired. He were a shadow of Wednesday night's performance. And I've got to say, Lundstrom had probably one of the worst games of football I've ever seen somebody have. And Moose, I've lost patience with him when he came on. The bloke offers absolutely nothing. It was like playing with 9 men. The second half really were towards the end. And got to take my hat off to Chris Wilder. His interview didn't flower it up, said it how it is.
Good afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this, from another Saturday defeat. We've now gone a full year not winning a game at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, which is quite impressive.
It's a cheery thought, isn't it? I've been saying all along, like, these Sunday night kickoffs get us back to a Saturday 3 o'clock. But yeah, so it's my fault.
After the better performance on Wednesday night, where we showed some spirit and some resolve and real fight for the shirt, we went back to the same old crap that we've seen most of the season today.
Yeah, there's just not a lot to say about it, is there? Where do you start? You can say Ramsdale had a good game, and that's about it.
That's where you end it.
Good night, everyone.
Boring. It was just boring as well. Like, nothing happened. It was just like, just something happened. Even if it had been a bad tackle or something, a bit of controversy. At least we had that the other night. I know it didn't go for us, but just so dull. I mean, in the first half, we weren't completely, battered, but they were a better team them, and it's just another stupid challenge. Just like Norwood and Ampadu just seem to give an error away every other game. You seem to be having a bit of a duel who can give away the most goals. And after that, you just thought, that's it. That's it. As soon as we concede, we don't seem to fight back. I think there's only been the West Brom game the whole season where we've actually fought back from going behind to get anything. Yeah. And then they just killed us after the break with, Adams always scores against us, and he did again with some absolutely woeful defending. Lundstrom, I don't know.
What a game he had. I mean, constant. He did that thing where, I don't know if you've noticed this, last sort of month or so, he's been doing this thing where I think he's playing for the for the Opta stats, because he runs around a lot. So if someone's looking to sign him and they're, look at this report, John Lundstrom, he's him that's good in fancy Premier League, isn't he? Always run a long way. He's done a lot of passes, but they're all them little, he gets it and then he just plays it backwards.
I hope the report said that he twatted the ball against one of their players from 5 yards, giving him a goal, and then he nearly burst the football standing on it before fouling him out.
I don't think there's an Opta stat for falling over the ball, spinning around, landing on your arse, and then kicking the man and giving a foul away somehow. That's got to be one of the worst Sheffield United individual performances I've seen. I've seen some bad ones.
No, Stevens pushed him close again today.
Playing the same game, yeah. I mean, finding new and interesting ways to not get a cross in. He belted one into John Street stand, hit the first man, put it right over, just fell over, kicked it out. He's got it all in the locker, hasn't he?
Bit better from Brewster. He ran about a bit, shoved a few players, played a couple of passes. Yeah, an improvement. I mean, he was great. There was improvement, and he was certainly better than McGoldrick, who had a bit of a shocker today.
Yeah, he did. I mean, we love McGoldrick, but yeah, he can't do it every game, can he? And he proved that by not doing it at all today. Could have played Brewster in, didn't. I'd like to see Brewster actually have a bit of a one-on-one or an easy chance, because I don't think we've ever seen him have one, have we?
A couple of getting the cup games against Bristol that he didn't really take, but he's not really had like a run one-on-one or anything like that. But
and best outfield play for me today, Brewster. He did all right.
Second half, after that second goal, I mean, it was done at 1-0 probably, but 2-0. It was just a non-event. I was thinking about other things. It was just nothing happened apart from they could have scored. It was just if they were going to score a few more goals, and they had quite a lot of chances and just didn't take the chances. But we had Bogle's chance, McBurney, the flicked header. The only thing that kind of got people excited with when Fleck nearly took Adam's leg off, and then McBurney thought he were a gangster for the last couple of minutes. Today, they didn't play as a team. They didn't keep the ball. They didn't fight for it off the ball. They lost the 50-50s. They fouled, looked quite cynical and dirty. They were cheating as well. A couple of players, Bogle and McBurney, trying to buy free kicks.
No, I don't like to see that from Sheffield. It is like night and day from that last performance was a proper Sheffield United performance. You say it's a cliche, but it's kind of what we demand. 100% effort, some quality, but just never giving up, fighting for each other, working as a team. And today was the exact opposite. I hate to see players cheat that play for us. And this Bogle's doing it quite a lot. And we know McBurney does a swan dive every game. So, yeah, not for me. Yeah, you think you're going to go down fighting, and now we're just going to go down. So, it's not good, is it? Absolute horror show tonight. Speaking of which, I'm looking a bit Blair Witch, aren't I? Should have switched the light on before this.
Who we got next?
On Sunday, innit, next week against, you tell me, I've not even looked. Lost interest.
Well, we'll be back whoever we're losing to next week with the same words. Bet you can't wait for that.